My parents looked down on my wife, not knowing she came from a wealthy family. Her family are real estate tycoons, possessing generational wealth. Her parents sent her to the US when she was only in middle school. My family is rich, but we aren't wealthy like her family, whose wealth is sustainable and lasting across generations. Her family's companies have been passed down since her great-grandparents. Throughout my life, my parents have always disapproved of the women I dated because of their backgrounds. Everything always went well until they asked about their occupation and family background. I understand they want to ensure the woman I marry can take care of me, but it's getting absurd. I met my wife at university, and we hit it off right away. I wanted to become a lawyer while she was in school just to get a degree. By the time I graduated and became a lawyer, she had opened her own small coffee shop near our area. My parents found out I was dating someone and invited us to dinner at a high-end restaurant. I told my wife we didn't have to go, mentioning that my parents are judgmental. She smiled and said she didn't mind, and that she would do whatever she could to win them over. When my wife met my parents for the first time, everything went fine. But an hour into the conversation, my dad asked what she did for a living. She said she owned a small coffee shop. My dad scoffed and said, "So you expect to date my son with a low income?" I cut him off and told him to stop. My wife responded that she was making a decent income from her store due to the college students who frequented it. My mom joined in, saying, "We always imagined our son marrying into a wealthy family. I'll be honest, this relationship isn't going to work out." My wife smiled and calmly asked, "So, what do you do for a living?" My dad proudly replied that he became a lawyer in his late 20s and joined one of the largest firms on the West Coast. My wife asked for the law firm's name, and my dad responded. Her face lit up as she said, "Oh, that's my uncle's law firm." My dad looked confused and asked what she meant. My wife explained that her uncle was one of the founders of that firm and used the inheritance from her grandfather to start it up. Still confused, my dad said, "That can't be right. There's no way a small coffee shop owner like you is related to the CEO of the firm I work for." My wife smiled again and said, "Would you like me to talk to him? Maybe give him a word about how you judged me and looked down on me?" Now you can watch the second part by pressing share and more.